Hello, viewers, listeners, and the students, particularly the students of Part 2 and P4. Today, we shall discuss about the binding of the company and how it is made, who can apply for the binding of the company, why the company is said to be binding up, and what are the procedure. These are the things which we have to discuss for you or with you. Now, the term winding up is very vital so far as company law is concerned. Binding up generally is said to be in the sense that there is a almost chance of end of the life of the company. Since we know that company takes its birth or company is born or company comes into existence only when laws provides so. Otherwise, there is no question of existence of the company. It means whenever law permits and law desires to make the end of the life of the company, then in that circumstances, company may be distinguished as its business, and so it is wind up. After wind up, dissolution of the company takes place only. Binding up simply says that what are the assets, or who are the creditors, who are the members to whom the assets or the money or monetary in terms of money can be paid up so that perhaps nobody could get loss after the binding of the company. In Solomon versus Solomon, we have seen at the time of binding up, in an unsecured creditors did not get his due because of the intention of the company, or I say intention of the director who proposed to pass a resolution for the binding of the company. So there are so many methods for the binding of the company, but before that we shall define also the binding of the company. Binding of the company refers the selling of the assets and payment of debts prior to the closing of the business. And with that, if we see the definition of dissolution, then we can say dissolution refers to the system for closing down of the business of the company. So, at the end of the company's life, these system are or procedure are taken into consideration for end of the life of the company. Whenever binding up is announced by the registrar of court, then an administrator is also appointed by the court. Now we can say court means tribunal, so that it he takes the management or control over the company and to make the payment of the creditors, members, and the persons who have due towards the company. In this way, during the binding of the company, the administrator, which is now called liquidator of the company, makes some sort of arrangement by which the persons who are under due towards the company, over the company, can get their due. In this way, the process of binding of binding a company is taken place by the way, by the administrator. One thing we should remember is that company is never declared as an insolvent, since he is a legal person, it is a legal person, and insolvency is not with that. Only we can say that company is unable to pay the debts of the creditors and so on. So, the company shall not be declared insolvent. Instead, binding of the company may be ordered and may be directed by the tribunal and others. Now, there are two modes of the binding of the company, and one is called by the court or tribunals, or next, second is voluntary binding up. Whenever a litigation or problems comes to the court, means tribunal, then by the taking the opinion of the central government or registrar or law board or any other authority who are responsible for the binding up, gets the opinion, the tribunal can order for the binding up. The function of tribunal, liquidator, is to collect the assets of the company, make the sort of payment of the debts and distribution of the assets to the creditors and the other persons who are for the payment. As the rights of the members are there. Now, binding up may be done, may be permitted, may be ordered by court or tribunal only when it is given in writing by the unsatisfied persons, like creditors, like company itself, like shareholders and others well-wisher of the company. Now, there must be the basis on which binding of the order of binding of the company may be directed by the tribunal, and these are the following some basis on which a binding of the company is made sure. For that, if a special resolution is taken place or passed by the members members and other persons and written petition or resolution is given to the tribunal, and if the tribunal in his opinion thinks fit, the tribunal can order for the binding of the company. If, next point, if some default irregularities are done by the company itself, then in that case also the tribunal can find a solution by binding of the or company. Now, as you know about the meetings, and I have said earlier that a statutory meeting is must in the life of the company once, but by the default of the company means it would be perhaps that directors are responsible or members are responsible but by the way, default is made in delivering the statutory report to the registrar, or the company fails to organize a statutory meeting after the registration of the company and within 1 year of the registration of the company, then company may be called or ordered for the binding of the company. Third point is that the company does not commence its business within a year from its incorporation or suspends its business for a whole year. In this case, company becomes default since the company did not start its business during 1 year or within 1 year. Then it is a default on the part of the company, and so there is a question of binding up, and the tribunal can order for the binding of the company. But in case of a small company whose business term is very small, then in that case some consideration is also made by the tribunal too. Now, fourth circumstance is that whenever it is shown by the company that the required members are reduced, that means in public company members becomes less than 7, and in the case of private company it becomes less than 2, then the company may be justified by order of the tribunal to binding up. Now, the next point is that the company is unable to pay its debts. Then in case also company may be binding up, that binding of order may be given by the tribunal at once. Now, after all, the court is of the opinion that it is just and equitable that the company should be wound up. Now, a question may be arose erosion before you that why the court may be of the opinion that the company may be owned up. This is also a question. So, for this, two words are used for the opinion of the tribunal, and two words are said to be just and equitable grounds. And you may again have an idea that what is just and equitable so far a company is concerned. So, following are some examples or set on the basis of these sets, you can yourself determine that what is just and equitable grounds. First is deadlock. In Hindi it is called Prabandh mein Gatirodh. Actually, sometime in between boards of director, there are deadlock between them. And deadlock or the result of the deadlock gives losses to the company, since all is not well in the company and business of the company going in loss for the reason of deadlock. So until the deadlock is ended, the running of business, running of the company is not possible. If there is no chance of end of the deadlock, then the court or the tribunal can order for the binding up. And it is just and equitable in the eye of the court or tribunal. Next point is that loss of substractum. This is very difficult word. In Hindi it is called मुख्य धार की विफलता. And how you can assess that what is substractum or loss of substractum? Then it is very simple to understand it, or this word substratum. It means achieving the goal. There are object clause included in Memorandum of Association, as you know better. And by the way, the company may not achieve or fails to achieve the object of the company or deviate other side, and the company gets loss, then in that case company may be said to be winding up, since it would be just and equitable. Now, third point is mismanagement by the directors. And on the basis of the directors' function, the running of the business and the company is not functioning in a good way or running in the good way, but by the way, company is disturbed due to the functioning of the directors. In that case also, it would be just and equitable that the tribunal may order for the binding up. Now, in the third, next point is that but the company, by the way, running in loss, and there is a huge loss of losses are there in the company, then in such situation, such circumstances, the tribunal has no way to give order to the company for binding up. Now, Next point is that fraudulent or illegal purposes means the company is running, company is doing business, and in that business, in that running of the company business, the company is not fairly doing the things, but it is under fraudulent as well as illegal purposes. Then on that basis, it would be better to have an order of binding up. Lastly, we can add a point of fraudulent or oppression of the minority. Suppose minority there are shareholders, they are in minority, and they are always oppressed or suppressed by the act of the company or directors. In that case also, if a written petition is given by the sufferers, the tribunal can have an order to binding of the company. These are the basis on which the company may be said to be directed or binding up. Thank you.